Right now I live in a raw food, actually I live in a raw food house. Everybody here is raw food.
The house isn't made of raw food.
No, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Anna just left, was like 7. Hi Anna, love you.
God.
And it's like raw food, and every day it's almost like a major, different event, different excitement. And my life is never boring. And yesterday a raw food person left. The next day a raw food person came to say one day. And they came 1 o'clock this day. Wait, and Matt's my dear friend from, I would say 5 years ago. At least 5,
6 or 7.
6, 7 years ago. I knew him when he was 15 years old. We found out we weighed the same weight. I was really surprised because I thought I was skinny, and he's like, well, anyway.
We're both kind of skinny.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I love Matt because he laughs at all my jokes, and they're not even funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Julia, and I wanted to share their story of what they want to do, where they're going, what's their meaning of raw food, because it's a little more intense than what we see. That's good. You're on.
Well, a lot of times when we used to do these videos, I was doing like more of like a raw food. Well, I used to have the cafe.
Yeah, it's cafe.
So I had the restaurant in Frenchtown. So I was kind of doing more of like the more conventional raw food kind of stuff. But nowadays, I really want to detach myself from the conventional raw food movement not because I have any judgments about what's going on. It's just that I feel like I have something different to bring to the table. And lately, we've been focusing more on looking at it.
You and Julia, right?
Yeah, me and Julia have been working on a more holistic approach. I don't really, that word's kind of been bastardized, but yeah, but like an open-minded approach to it. And as far as I think, there's a lot of emphasis on what's the best thing for your health, and everything's about trying to live longer and be healthier. And it's all very body-centered and ego-centered, and we don't think about keeping our environments pristine and how are the methods that we use to keep our body healthy. How do they impact the whole? How do they impact the socioeconomic systems of our cultures and our societies in the world? And how do they impact the environment as a whole, and in just the institutions? How do our choices and the way we live, what kind of institutions have to be in place in order to allow the systems that we rely on to happen? We need to look at we need to see how the sausage is being made.
I just want to make a little segue. You're a minimalist.
Yeah, well, I think
this minimalist meaning that, one second, lift this.
Yeah,
That's his one pair of pants.
And look,
he has one pair of pants in his wardrobe.
Well,
he has no socks in his wardrobe. He has no shoes in his wardrobe. This, my friends, is a minimalist. He has no bed in his wardrobe. No hangers. I was going to ask about underwear.
Well, no.
This is a minimalist to the max. I mean, I've known him for years, and he's always on a step above. I mean, way ahead of me. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's important. I mean, that is a good segue, because it's like a lot of this raw food, it's just they're just talking about food, so they're not going into how we spend the rest of our lifestyles and our lives. The reason we get into a raw food lifestyle is to kind of follow, I mean, at least the reason I should say the reason I did was to get into nature's recipe, and start going by the prescription of the creator and how things were put together. We evolved for so long around these other plants, and they learned how to satisfy and nourish us, and we kind of developed this harmony. So I don't want to have to fill my life with these other material things to distract me or make it harder for me to adopt or more closely align to that philosophy that inspired me to be raw. And to detach or get rid of those things makes it so much easier. So like for Arnold was kind of it was kind of in a joking way, but for real, I mean, I don't want to have more clothes than I actually need or that will fit on my body, and maybe have a couple extra garments in a small bag. I want to know how to fix my clothes so I don't have to buy more clothes.
You do. You have a good needle and thread, don't you?
Yeah, I just sewed these. Well, my mom helped me. But I made my cloak, and I made this. I insulated this sarong with wool.
And actually, you made the thing for a dog too.
Yeah, I made a cloak for Pomona, but with some extra wool that we found. But we've just been trying to find a way. Like, I was a fruitarian. I even wrote a book called Fruitarians of the Future.
You did.
And I still am theoretically a fruitarian.
Right.
But it's not possible for me to be an ecologist and also be a fruitarian in this climate zone, to have bananas and fruit shipped all over the world for me, because I feel like that's the best physiological or nutritional path.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Julia, you're with this guy for 3 years. What do you think?
I've become happier every year.
Wow.
Yeah.
He took you away from your suburban lifestyle to put you in his lifestyle.
I mean, I've always been trying to simplify my life, and he kind of just gives me the support that I need to do that, you know. So,
That means you sleep on the floor, no socks, and one dress.
I have a couple dresses.
Okay.
But
Because I carry your bags. I carry your bags after 7 months of traveling. It was this big.
Yeah.
For a lifetime, I carried her bags a lifetime of clothes. The bag was this big. Beat that, ladies.
I've definitely cut down a lot.
Yeah, a real lot.
Yeah, and I just feel so much better. I mean, the more that I feel like I can let go of, the happier that I become. You
Oh,
know?
wow.
And yeah, you just have to kind of trust and just try to spread love, and
Okay, I love that.
There's so much.
it'll work out.
There's so much joy in the
That's from
simple
my
parts
feet,
of
it's
life.
from my end.
Yeah. There's so much
There you
like
go.
we
I'm in
eat
heaven.
the food that's around us, and if we
Yeah.
were in this climate, North Carolina, and we were living there. We were growing things in the greenhouse. We were harvesting things all year round that were these vegetables, and they weren't like the ideal that you'd get if you went to Whole Foods or the store. But we were grateful to have them, and it was beautiful that we could plant them and pick them all year, and to be a part and participate in every part of life, and to build our home and chop the wood and carry the water, and just spend our days, you know, studying all different kinds of scripture and meditating and just, you know, enjoying nature. There's so much joy in that, and it keeps unfolding, and it can't ever be replicated or substituted by these material things that make it so hard for us to make our lifestyle changes. And it's you know, it's just a perspective that's just not there when you look at the different modalities and different kind of health food movements and stuff going in. There's too much about it's just very it's still kind of trying to be that commercial marketing kind of gimmicky kind of thing, because people are still kind of stuck thinking that they need stuff, that they need money, and we've been trying to work out of that, and
I'm putting my pants out right now.
and we've been successful, and in the last couple of things we've been doing is we haven't been relying on money, we haven't been relying on those
No
things.
money at all.
We've just been, you know, just following our hearts, going to where the service calls, and just being very accepting. And we haven't been feeling like we've been austere to ourselves or that we've been going without. It's just been trusting, you know, trusting when you're working for a higher good that you'll be taken care of.
I like that. The universe provides.
Yeah, and you just have to be true to yourself, and really just honestly, you know, you have to be detached from the results of your actions. That's really important. You just do what is virtuous, and you do what you feel is right, and don't expect certain things to happen from that. Just know everything will work out, and you'll be and you'll experience joy, and it's just really
As another segue, because you told me earlier you're focused on buckwheat.
Buckwheat, I
for
think
the
is,
northern climate.
Yeah, I think it's really important. Buckwheat is really it's a technically we were talking about that. We don't know if it's technically a grain.
No,
it's much
flour.
less starch. Yeah, it's like a flour maybe
seed.
a grass, something like that. But buckwheat's actually a really wonderful staple because it will grow in so many climates, and you can get 2 yields per season. So if you plant early spring, you can harvest in the summer, and then in early summer, replant in the summer, and then you can harvest again right before the fall. So
How much pounds per acre, you think?
It's something, you know, I have it written down somewhere. You could probably, I think you can do like a community of 10 people off of a couple acres or something. It's really good. Plus, buckwheat's a really good cover crop, so you can use that for a lot of your uses and stuff like that. But buckwheat's a really great. I have an article somewhere, but it's a really great crop for somebody who's trying to live a high carbohydrate raw lifestyle because it sprouts really easily. You can even grow greens out of the buckwheat. It's a really versatile, full spectrum plant, and to me that's like a real superfood because it's like really super ecologically friendly.
Okay. Anyway, this is live from Arnold's house, and you can find out about New Year's Eve party. Just call me or something. And we're doing videos together, both of us. Okay,
Yeah.
on,
We'll do some videos. We got a series. This will be the first of a series.
first of a series. So good, good. Chris, and actually, you got a new camera today.
I did.
You did.
From,
Santa Claus.
I'm Santa Claus. Yeah, yeah. You know, you do crayons, and I got someone to keep me warm. Someone hold my hand. It was good. Fair trade. Anyway, this is live from Arnold's house. We'll see you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.